Last night in Minneapolis, the Twins continued their hot start to the month of May with a dominant 13-0 win over the Athletics, giving the home team its 6th win in its last 7 games. Today, the A's and Twins wrap up their 4-game series in an afternoon affair. It's Oakland and Minnesota live from Target Field, and it's coming up next exclusively on MLB.tv. Welcome to today's MLB.tv exclusive as the 15-13 Minnesota Twins play host to the 12-17 Oakland A's from Target Field in Minneapolis. On the hill for the Twins today is Ricky Nolasco, who is making his 3rd start of the season. The right-hander earned the W in his last outing, which came against the White Sox on May 2nd. Meanwhile, the A's counter with lefty Drew Pomeranz, who has been struggling of late, going 0-2 with a 6.20 ERA over his last 4 starts.
Mincan with our national anthem, Minnesota Connect Aphasia Now groups, recognizing Strikeout Stroke Day here at the ballpark. Here's the starting lineups for this afternoon's ball game, and it is brought to you by American Hotels and Suites. Billy Burns will lead off, play center field. It'll be Sam Fole in left field batting second. Batting third, right fielder Josh Reddick. Billy Butler will DH bat fourth. Batting fifth, first baseman Ike Davis. Brett Lawrie will be at second base. He'll bat sixth. Batting seventh, third baseman will be Max Muncy. Josh Fegley will catch bat eighth, and batting ninth, playing shortstop Eric Sogard. Pitching for the Oakland Athletics here this afternoon, 1 win, 2 losses, left-hander Drew Pomeranz. Here's the starting lineup for your Minnesota Twins. Brian Dozier at second base leads off. Torrey Hunter will DH bat second. Trevor Plouffe will bat third, play third base. Kenny Vargas at first base today. He'll be the cleanup hitter. Eduardo Escobar in left field bats fifth. Kurt Suzuki back behind home plate batting sixth. Batting seventh, center fielder Shane Robinson. Eddie Rosario in right field batting eighth. And Danny Santana will be at shortstop. He'll bat ninth. Pitching third start, 1 win, 1 loss. Be right-hander Ricky Nolasco. Mike Everett, crew chief, will be calling balls and strikes this afternoon. Tim Timmons at first base. Todd Tichenor, the umpire at second base, and Clint Fagan at third base. Those are this afternoon starting lineups, and it is brought to you by American Hotels and Suites. Start your summer travel adventures with a quiet night's sleep, hot breakfast in the morning, and free Wi-Fi you'll find at every American. Twins have taken the field. Ricky Nolasco on the mound, and he gets you started. Here's Corey Provis.
All right, Danny, thank you. And today's opening pitch is brought to you by Minnesota Eye Consultants, the preferred ophthalmology group of the Minnesota Twins. Call 800-I2I or visit MNEYE.com for your specialty eye care needs. Twins and the A's wrapping up this 4-game series and the conclusion of this lengthy but promising 11-game homestand. Twins so far 7-3 on this homestand. Twins today in the finale in the blue top, white pant. Minnesota stripped on the front in red. Twins rocking the blue cap, blue bill. A's the dark green top, gray trouser, green sock. And again, green cap, green bill. Here for game 4. Nolasco making his 3rd start. And Danny, last time out, came off the disabled list. His pitch count was going to be around 75-80. And sure enough, he was at 76. What'd you take away from his 5 innings of work?
Well, I think also it was almost like a spring training game for Ricky in that he's trying to be stretched out a little bit. But here, I think same thing. It's the pitch count's going to be probably around 90 and some. But I think it all has to do with how well he pitches and the command of those 90 pitches. So we'll wait and see. Key for him, keep the A's hitters off balance.
Yeah, 5 innings against the White Sox, 3 runs, 8 hits. He walked a man, struck out 4. Billy Burns batting leadoff today. And the opening pitch is skied to right field but playable. Eddie Rosario, his first fly ball in the big leagues, and he catches it, no problem. And Burns, who we have seen in this series swing early and often in the count, puts the first ball in play, but Rosario makes the squeeze, and Burns is out number 1. And we were joking today when looking at the lineup. Rosario yesterday only had one ball, and that was a base hit, I think, to right field last night.
Fielded a ground ball in right field. That was it. Ran around a little bit backing up, but
Sam Fuld batting second for the A's, and he takes a sinker for a strike, 0-1.
I think also we talked about that, and that Kyle Gibson kind of a ground ball pitcher, so you kind of know that going into the game.
Late rain is falling as we speak. The 0-1 outside to the one-time Twins. Sam Fuld 0 for his last 11. He got off to a roaring start. Among the league leaders in triples, he has 3 triples already this season. And now the 1-1, a swing and a pop-up. He hooked it foul. Rosario giving chase. Dozier sprinting over, and the wind may keep it in play, and it will. And Dozier able to track it down on the warning track, maybe 2 steps shy of the sidewall. Off the crack of the bat, that seemed destined for the seats, but not the case as Dozier able to run it down. So 2 pop flies and 2 outs. No score in the first inning. Bases empty for Josh Reddick. Now the weather, Danny, may be an issue all day. The forecast calling for rain, maybe heavy at times, some thunderstorms possible throughout the day, but this game began right on time.
Well, I think so, and they were just they were pretty certain that they could start on time, and once they started lathering the pitchers up, okay, it's go time. Well, you hate to start your pitchers and have them get lathered up and maybe pitch half an inning or an inning and then run into a late rain delay.
Strike called on Josh Reddick. 2 out of 9 in this series. He has scored twice, and a slow curve misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Twins do employ the defensive shift. 3 on the right side of second base. Santana, Dozier, and Vargas on the right side. Trevor Plouffe playing it short right now between second and third. And the 1-1 curveball tapped foul. Rolling to the Twins' first base dugout, 1 and 2. The breaking ball, it seems like it's been a key this entire series from all the starting pitchers.
Yeah, no question about it. And I think Ricky's got probably a real good breaking ball. And what I like about his breaking ball, he'll change speeds on it. He'll throw it a hard one. He'll throw a soft one. Change the arm angle a little bit. Give a different look.
And the 1-2 is up and away. Snagged by Suzuki. A fastball there. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Also, looking at some numbers in the A's notes, they've only won 1 day game. And that was the other day in Texas prior to coming up here to Minnesota. Well, the team does not play well in the daytime.
Suzuki sets up in, and the 2-2 is knocked foul. That one had more of the plate than I think Nolasco envisioned. Reddick off to a great start. 4 homers, 20 knocked in. Had a good rip at that 2-2 offering. Last 9 games, Reddick 13 hits. Suzuki sets up outside, and the 2-2 curveball knocked foul. Off of third. A's come in 12 and 17. Despite the fact that they're 5 games under 500, Oakland still boasting the second best run scoring offense in the American League entering play today. Starting staff, ERA wise, the best, but the bullpen has been a struggle, and the defense also an issue. And the 2-2 curveball, fly ball, left center field. Escobar to his left. Plenty of room. Camps under it and puts the squeeze on it near his cap to end the inning. It's a 1-2-3 first for Nolasco. We played 1/2 at Target Field. Oakland nothing. Twins coming up on your home for Twins baseball. Later on today, be sure to tune in for the 7th inning scratch, brought to you by the Minnesota State Lottery, when you can call in and win great prizes all season long. No score, bottom one. Brian Dozier leading off against Oakland left-hander Drew Pomeranz, making his 6th start. And Dozier swings and misses on a fastball at 91. No balls and a strike. Pomeranz 2+ pitches. Fastball, curveball. And we'll feature those two often. Will mix in a sinker and a changeup, but those top two are his go-to pitches. As Torrey Hunter waits on deck at the 0-1. Dozier swings and launches left center, but playable for Fold as he camps under it. And the left-handed left fielder pulls it down for out number 1. Pomeranz so far 1-2, ERA 4.61. But Danny, go back a couple years. He was a high draft pick. The Indians selected Pomeranz, 5th overall selection back in 2010. Then he was dealt to Colorado in 2011. Was one of many highly touted prospects that went to Denver as the Indians received Ubaldo Jimenez many years back.
Yeah, I think so. Sometimes you got to give up some of those young prospects to get a good quality player or a big league ready player, but here's a guy here who's getting an opportunity.
This is down low on Torrey Hunter. Torrey 4 for 13 in this series, riding a 7-game hitting streak.
He's never faced the Twins before, and just looking at him, he's got good size at 6'5", 240.
Righties have fared very well against him this year. And Torrey swings and loops one in the air to shallow right. Routine for Reddick. He'll drift back a few steps. And a 2-hand squeeze for out number 2. Over his career, Pomeranz is more of a ground ball pitcher, but the fly ball rate, line drive rate, both up this year. He has allowed 4 home runs. Righties have had success, lefties not so much. And with that being said, Paul Molitor loading his lineup today with righties, except for one lefty, and that is Eddie Rosario. That means that the guy that normally bats 3rd is on the bench right now. Joe Mauer. Trevor Plouffe moves up in the 3-hole today. Trevor 5 homers and 17 knocked in so far this season. And fastballs, a knee-high strike called. 0-1. Run production, such a story for the Twins on this homestand. When this homestand began, the Twins were 14th in the league in runs. But as it ends today, the Twins are up to 7th. Team ERA has also dropped from 10 to 6. The 0-1 is down and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Averaging 6-7 runs per game. That's going to make that stat change in a hurry. And that's what we have seen this entire homestand.
Also in the win-loss column, too. That's showing up as well.
7-3 so far on this homestand. 2 games over. And the 1-1 swing and a miss on a curveball. And now it's 1-2 on Trevor. Plouffe has reached safely in 18 straight games. Pomeranz, the sign from Josh Phegley, making his first start in this series. And here it comes, and a change of pace is rolled foul behind the plate. Now with 2 strikes, the pattern for Pomeranz so far this year hasn't really changed, whether it's a right-handed batter or a lefty. He'll go 4-seam curve. It's both sides with 2 strikes. He's striking out about 8 batters per 9 over his career. 25 strikeouts this year to 6 walks. And the 1-2 is popped foul. Came inside on Trevor as he knocked it to the seats behind the first base dugout, and will do it again. No score. Twins batting in the home first. Base is empty. 2 outs. Kenny Vargas would bat next if Plouffe can extend this first inning. Pomeranz from the belt, and the 1-2, strike 3 called, and Plouffe knew it. Fastball inside corner, 93. So Pomeranz works a 1-2-3 first as well. The second we go, no score from Target Field. This is Twins baseball.
Thursday night showcase. It's an AL East showdown as Adam Jones and the Orioles invade the Bronx to face Jacoby Ellsbury and the Yanks. Join Costas and Verducci for Orioles Yankees on the MLB Network Thursday night showcase live at 7 Eastern.
Twins and A's scoreless after one. It'll be 4-5-6 up for Oakland. Billy Butler, Ike Davis, and then Brett Lawrie. Here comes Nolasco. His first offering in the second is a strike called, 89. Fastball 0-1. Butler so far this season, 3 homers and 13 knocked in. Snapped an 0 for 20. The first inning single against Phil Hughes on Monday night. And the 0-1 rolled foul. Got a piece of Suzuki behind the plate, 0-2. Like this sign that the A's made this offseason. Butler had some great years in Kansas City, but as a free agent left and now with the A's.
Yeah, I thought, okay, he's going to play a little bit of first base, but then they signed Ike Davis, and I said, okay, pretty much just going to DH. They like his bat. He's a big league hitter.
And the 0-2 breaking ball hung, and Butler swings and crushes deep left center back towards the wall. That ball is going to bang off the base of the wall. A slight bobble by Robinson, but still a stand-up double for Butler. Here in the second inning. That was a hanging breaking ball, and Butler, he can hit that with the best of them. And that's what he did time and time again in Kansas City. For so many years, he was a doubles machine.
That's what I mean. He's a professional hitter in that he recognizes he can hit a mistake. And that was a mistake. Big curveball over the heart of the plate. Twins are kind of lucky that ball stayed in the ballpark. But Butler's really never been that prolific home run hitter where he can give you 25 and 30 a year.
Butler now 29 years old. His 4th hit in this series. Now 4 for 14. First base runner for either team so far today. He's at second. Nobody out. Now Ike Davis, left-handed batting first baseman. And Nolasco with a sinker missing outside. Ball 1. Nolasco hasn't seen the A's all that much in his career, but the few starts he does have been pretty good. 2 lifetime starts, 1-0 ERA, 1.69. Working from the stretch, Butler off second, and the 1-0 runs outside again. Ball 2. Nolasco, 32 years old, year 2 of a 4-year contract. He signed with the Twins. A rough go around last year. 6-12 ERA, over 5. And the 2-0 a check as he missed down low, and they wanted appeal, but it will not be granted. So a 3-0 count to Davis. Fastball missing there from Nolasco, so behind Davis, who's homered once and knocked in 9 this year. Brett Lawrie on deck, and the 3-0. He walked him on 4 straight pitches. So 2 on, nobody out, and the Twins dugout hoping for that ground ball to get a double play. And that's another trend that we have noticed, Danny, on this homestand. Winning games, but the Twins on this homestand turning double play after double play.
Oh, they've really kind of picked it up. You were talking about all the offensive numbers that the Twins have had on this homestand. Another thing that they've cleaned up is their defense. They're kind of moving up middle of the pack defensively, and that's kind of been the trademark over the years with the Minnesota Twins. They've always been able to catch the ball.
Brett Lawrie at second base defensively today, running a 10-game hitting streak. A slow curve misses outside. Ball 1, so 5 straight have missed from Nolasco. Lawrie broke in the minor leagues as a second baseman with the Milwaukee Brewers in the minor leagues. Sporting bright white batting gloves. And now the 1-0 swung out, hit foul. Elevated fastball knocked off the mesh behind the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lawrie 2 homers and 14 knocked in.
Laurie's one of those guys really wired different. He is high strung, just high energy guy. Fun to watch play.
Open stance acquired from the Toronto Blue Jays for Josh Donaldson this offseason. Nolasco misses inside, nearly hit him. Now 2 balls and a strike. Lawrie only 25 years old, under team control for the next few seasons. Butler at second, Davis at first. And now the 2-1 line to left field, a base hit. Butler does not run well. He will only get to third as Escobar bobbles, but it doesn't cost him. The throw comes back into Plouffe, but now the A's have the bases loaded with nobody out, of the rookie third baseman Max Muncy coming up. So with that base hit, Laurie now an 11-game hitting streak, and that matches his career high.
Yeah, another breaking ball there that kind of left up in the zone as Suzuki's going to go out and visit his pitcher. Yeah, Butler not real good on the bases. He'll kind of clog the bases up a little bit and need a few hits to score. With nobody out, danger.
Muncy just his second start in his big league career. Had his contract selected from Nashville on April 25th. 15 games in Nashville this year. He homered once, drew 12 walks, so he does have a good eye. As he steps in left-handed, Nolasco misses outside, ball one. In fact, going back to last season, Muncy at Double-A Midland had an on-base percentage approaching .390. Only 24 years old. Does not have a home run or an RBI yet in his young big league career. Bases loaded, nobody out, and Nolasco in a jam early in the game. And the 1-0 swung on. Sky to left center field, racing back. Robinson still going, has a play, and on the track makes the grab. Butler will tag and score, throw to second base, and there's nobody there. But Kenny Vargas picks it up on the grass behind the mound. So Muncy with a sac fly RBI. His first big league run batted in. Butler's in. A's lead 1-0.
Base running all around by the Oakland Athletics. One tag, all tag. They recognized that ball was going to stay in the ballpark but get out to the warning track. Throw back into the infield, went to second base. Not sure Robinson thought maybe he had a chance. Laurie runs well, but the infielders were lined up properly to get the throw coming into third base.
Now the infield about halfway with one out, and Josh Fegley, the catcher, bats. And Nolasco misses outside a curveball, ball one. So Nolasco again behind Danny. We've seen that so far this half inning. Fegley playing time has been sparse. Understandable with the year Stephen Vogt has been having so far. And now the 1-0. That's a strike call. Off speed again from Ricky. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fegley 0 for 1 in this series. 2 homers and 2 knocked in. He came over from the White Sox with Marcus Semien, who today is getting his first day off of the season. For Jeff Samardzija. Leg kick and the 1-1 ground ball, weakly foul. He's going to rattle inside the A's third base dugout. Now it's 1-2. Eric Sogard on deck. Nolasco so far this year, Danny, just 6 strikeouts to go with 6 walks. Just over 9 innings.
Trying to limit the damage here in this top of the second inning. Ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. See if he's got that strikeout pitch or get him to get something on the ground.
And the 1-2, he did go with a bender. But he did not chase it. A breaking ball outside and smothered by Suzuki. Now it's even 2-2. Nolasco right now 28 pitches in. Lights are on, overcast skies. A light rain was falling in the first inning, but that rain has subsided for the time being. Nolasco could use a strikeout right now. 1-0 A's, 2 on, 1 out, and the 2-2, a check on a bender, and he did not chase it. No appeal made, ball 3. So back-to-back breaking balls, and again Fegley not chasing, and now it's full 3-2. Sogard on deck. Davis at third, Laurie at second base. With 1 out, Nolasco from the belt. And the 3-2 swung on, hit high in the air, playable, but again deep left center. Robinson with the play, shy the track, he'll grab it. But tagging and scoring is Davis. To third goes Laurie. Another sac fly RBI, this one from Fegley, his 3rd RBI of the year. And the A's now lead 2-0. Double from Butler leads to a run. Davis the walk. He also scores. So 2-0 A's. Now 2 outs. And Laurie standing at third base. And Eric Sogard is the batter. 29-year-old shortstop. Sogard was at second base the first 3 nights. Now it's short today for Semien. As Nolasco misses outside, ball 1. The A's did make a roster move before the game today, adding an arm to the bullpen. Right-hander Fernando Rodriguez joined the team, and Chad Smith was designated for assignment. And the 1-0 is on the outside corner. Fastball first strike. I'm reading some newspapers in the Bay Area about some possible moves the A's could make. Pat Venditti, ambidextrous pitcher in the minor leagues, was certainly discussed. And the 1-1 is off speed and low, ball 2. That would have been fun to see.
Ambidextrous pitcher?
Yeah, Pat Venditti throwing the ball well. He was in camp with the A's, had a good spring there. Now he's at AAA and good numbers in the minor leagues. Two 2-0 A's, 2 outs, and the 2-1 line foul. Second deck down the third base side, 2-2 on a fastball. He's both right-handed and left-handed, been doing that since he's been a kid. It was a big story throughout spring training. You'd see day after day another article or video package on Venditti. The 2-2 curve down low, ball 3. So we're seeing a lot of that slow curveball. That one's 74, but the A's are not biting yet.
Now the breaking balls that he's thrown over the plate been kind of hit rather hard, and now he's just trying to get these guys to expand a little bit and maybe try to chase. I like the location of the breaking ball, kind of out in front of home plate, trying to get these guys to reach out and chase it.
Loria third, 2 outs, full count to Sogard. Burns would bat if this inning continues. And now the payoff is line foul again. Fastball. And the Sweets on the third base side. Getaway day for both teams. Twins head to Cleveland in a 6-game, 7-day road trip at Progressive Field tomorrow night. A's head to Seattle. And again, the 3-2 ground ball weakly wide of third. Plouffe to his left in front of Santana. Gloves and throws out Sogard to end the inning. The A's scored 2 runs on a couple of hits, a walk. They leave 1. Inning and a half complete. New score reads Oakland 2, Twins nothing. On your home for Twins baseball.
Insurance MLB All-Star Game ballot is here. Head to MLB.com/vote to choose this year's stars and help send them to the All-Star Game on July 14th in Cincinnati. Vote early and vote often to put your stamp on the Midsummer Classic.
Welcome back to Target Field. Instead of spending your entire weekend running errands or doing work in the yard, how about working in a trip to this gorgeous ballpark here in the Metro with the Weekend Warrior Pack? There still is time to choose between either a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday package. Visit twinsbaseball.com/Weekend Warrior for more information. Kenny Vargas batting right-handed against the lefty Pomeranz. Takes high, ball 1, 2-0 A's. Twins batting in the bottom half of the second. Escobar on deck. Suzuki due up third. Pomeranz worked a 1-2-3 first and a strikeout. And the 1-0 Kenny loops one foul to right, slicing out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Vargas capped off a big night last night. Twins won big 13-0 with a huge home run to right center field. Traveled 425 feet. And the 1-1 inside, ball 2. 13 runs on 12 hits, 3 home runs for the Twins in the game last night. Rosario, Escobar, and Vargas. Down by 2 so far today in the second. And the 2-1 line to left field, going to fall for a hit shy of full. Humpback single pulled to left, and Vargas now 4 for 10 in this series. And Danny, his bat has come around a bit as well on this homestand.
He's done a lot of work with Tom Bernansky and Rudy Hernandez in the batting cage. Not so much looking at videotape, but more or less just kind of executing a new approach. He had mentioned kind of shorten his stride up a little bit, makes you a little bit quicker. Also, you know, he's not seeing him swing at too many of those balls down in the dirt. Scouting report said bounce those breaking balls and he would chase, and he was doing that, but now elevating that ball and getting a good swing on it.
So now Escobar steps in. Vargas at first, nobody out, and a fastball misses outside. Ball 1. Escobar red hot last 8 games, hitting .330. He's knocked in 5 runs in this series. In fact, all 5 came in last night's game. 5 RBIs, 1 shy of his career best. 2-0 Oakland in the second. The 1-0 Escobar checks on a change of pace, and he took it outside. Ball 2. Escobar batting right-handed. The white pants knee high, showing a dark blue sock. Vargas a short lead at first base. Davis is holding him on. Now time call. A few other afternoon games are on the big leagues that we'll be following throughout the afternoon. And now the 2-0 is outside, ball 3. I understand that Bob Uecker and Joe Block did get home last night, leaving the Milwaukee radio booth at Miller Park. We're back in the booth today. Brewers and Dodgers underway, no score. And the 3-0. Escobar taking all the way for a strike.
Somebody set him up with that, and I guess the door handle came off from the inside. They could not leave the booth. And to have a maintenance guy come through a ladder was pretty comical, and that was happening while it was on air.
And the 3-1 sent foul. Second deck behind the plate, 3-2. Vargas at first. Turns down by 2 in the second.
Just had to take the hinges off the door and remove it. Well, it gives me some ideas.
I'm telling you, this is going to open up some possibilities for you. Escobar 2 homers and 10 knocked in. A's at double play depth. And the 3-2 line foul, late swing, but Vargas was leading at first base, and Escobar stays alive, fighting that breaking ball off. We'll do it again, 3-2. Maybe it was all part of a grand plan. Milwaukee trying to get their season going a bit. New manager Craig Counsell against the Dodgers, and how about Uecker says, I got an idea. We'll lock ourselves in the booth. It'll become a national story, and that will force the team to start playing better baseball. The 3-2 sent foul. Off the screen. Escobar on a fastball that time at 93.
Latter is trying to get a door endorsement. Locksmith deal. I don't know.
The video on the footage of that is hysterical. You see a handyman climbing up a ladder right in front of Bob doing the game. His time is called behind home plate. I've yet to hear the actual on-air what Bob was saying, but I bet that had to be hysterical.
I'd have been doing the play-by-play as this guy climbed up the ladder.
Vargas at first, and the 3-2 bounce foul. Escobar again fighting that one off speed from Pomeranz. 8 pitch at bat so far, nothing decided. Suzuki on deck. Escobar has not taken a walk yet this season. The 3-2, and there's his first. Down and inside, ball 4. Now Danny Santana drew his first walk earlier this week, and now Escobar does the same. So 2 on, nobody out, and here is Suzuki trying to snap an 0 for 9. And that's been a knock on Pomeranz, the walks over his career, about 4 walks per 9. He's fared better this year. He's cut that down by about a walk per 9 so far. His 7th walk, approaching 30 innings on the year.
Well, Corey, we always talk about when the Twins take a lead on an inning to go out there and get that shutdown inning, get that first out. Same thing with the A's, and here it is, leadoff base hit, and then really not even close to Escobar. Fell behind 3-0.
2 on, nobody out. Suzuki showing bunt, pulls it back, and the throw to second base, and Vargas got back in with a dive. Pitch was outside, but a throw from Fegley behind the plate, and the shortstop Sogard behind Kenny Vargas caught it, but Kenny able to get that big frame crawling back and got back in safely at second. Is that one of those situations? You're Vargas, and at times it's tough to pick up when a player shows bunt where the ball is if he made contact. And the 0-1 off speed, low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I think it's tougher though when you're that runner at second base and you're getting your lead, maybe knowing it's a bunt situation. You've seen the sign put on, and then as that guy bunts for it, he jabs through the ball. You're anticipating that ball being on the ground, so your momentum kind of taking you to the next base, and you got to put the brakes on and get back. Nice play. I think if Fegley's throw was low near the knees, he has Vargas.
1-1 is high. Breaking ball that never broke, ball 2. Pomeranz is 1 when guys do get on base. His pace does slow down noticeably. Some darker skies now hovering over the ballpark. Wind is picking up a bit.
Say also, he's got good stuff, but he'll kind of nitpick a little bit. A lot of 3-ball, 2-strike counts.
Robinson on deck. Suzuki batting. Twins down by 2 in the second. And the 2-1. Ball 3 outside, fastball. Suzuki 2 homers and 10 knocked in. But spots like this last year he thrived. Second best on the team with runners in scoring position. He's been better at that of late, despite the fact he's 0 for his last 9. Ahead 3-1. And here it comes. He swings and hits it foul. And Suzuki upset with himself. He had one to whack right there. Fastball over the plate, but got under it and knocked it off the net behind the plate. 3-2. A's got 2 in the top half of this inning. Back-to-back sac fly RBIs from Muncy and Fegley. Twins trying to answer back. Vargas at second, Escobar at first, and the count is full. And a 3-2. He walked and missed high, ball 4. A check swing from Suzuki, no appeal made. So back-to-back walks, and now the Twins are in business big time. And here's Shane Robinson. He's knocked in 6, limited time, but Robinson hitting .340, and then last night to end the game made one of the better defensive plays this season. Fegley batting at a line drive to right center, slicing away from Robinson, who was in center. A long run, but a diving full extension grab to end the game. And kind of the exclamation point of a 13-0 big win last night. Hayes infield is back. Double play depth. They'll concede the run to get 2. And here comes Pomeranz. Robinson late. Lines one foul. Screening line at the second deck on the first base side. 0-1. Pomeranz running that fastball inside at 91. Eddie Rosario on deck. Fulled and left. Burns in center. Reddick in right. The outfield playing Robinson towards right center. And the 0-1 ground ball past the mound to short. Might be 2. Sogard glove. Second one on to first. Not in time. It gets away from Davis. 1 run scores. Escobar's in, and we're tied 2-2 as the A's commit another error in this series. Robinson not only reaches but gets second base, and we're tied 2-2 as Vargas and Escobar both score on the ground ball off the bat of Shane Robinson. fielder's choice, 1 RBI for Robinson. And Escobar scores on the throwing error by Brett Lawrie. So 2-2 game. Robinson now at second base. Suzuki out on the force play, 6-4. And here is Rosario, and Robinson runs, and he's going to steal third base without a throw. Oh, Molitor's going to love that as he took off first move, and Bob Melvin is upset. Pitching coach not coming out. This is the manager only coming out, and he's going to have some words right now with his young pitcher Pomeranz. Robinson running right away. I don't think they ever took a glance back to see where Shane was. He picks up his third stolen base, and now he's 90 feet away from scoring. Still 1 out, 2-2 game.
Yeah, Bobby came out, talked to his pitcher, and then looked at his catcher, Fagley. Little dialogue with his catcher. He kind of dropped his head and turned around and head back to the dugout. Did not like what he heard out there. Now the infield coming up for the A's. Rosario 1 for 4 in his debut last night, of course, at that big league home run. First swing as a big leaguer in the third. And he checks and takes a fastball outside. And 2 balls and no strikes. Rosario, the only lefty in the lineup today against the lefty Pomeranz. Love that heads-up play by Robinson there. You get to second base like that, they're thinking, okay, Pomeranz having trouble throwing the ball over the plate, going to not even pay attention to that runner. And the 2-0 swung on, crack to left field, Fold back with the play, but this will drive in a run. Fold the catch, Robinson tags and scores. Twins take a 3-2 lead here in the second. Just good all-around baseball there. Robinson stealing third base, and Rosario again driving the ball, this one out to left field, and Robinson scored easily, and the Twins take their first lead. It's good baseball on the Twins' part, but also taking advantage of the Oakland Athletics kind of lackadaisical play. That throw to first base, Ike Davis has to recognize, I got to come off the bag. That throw was off the mark. Just kind of reached out for it and let it tip off his glove. Manny Santana bats, and a changeup misses outside for a ball. With that error, the A's have now committed 26 on the year. And that is now tied with Washington for the most in all of Major League Baseball. 26 errors. And the 1-0 is a fastball outside, ball 2. It's now at least 1 error in 5 straight games. And really entering this series, we were told that the A's were cleaning it up a bit defensively, but not so much in this series. This is empty, 2 out. Santana waits for the 2-0. Here it comes, and he sends one foul. High fastball off the net behind the plate, 2-1. Santana's average up to 280. Base percentage also climbing up to 294. It was around 200. And the Twins were playing in Seattle just about 2 weeks back. 2-1, another foul ball. Another fastball from Pomeranz. Again, he sends it back behind the plate, 2-2. Santana, last 15 games, hitting just shy of 340. 4 home runs and 7 knocked in, batting right-handed. Twins by 1 in the second. Bases empty, 2 outs, and the 2-2. Santana strikes out swinging. 83 from Pomeranz. His second strikeout ends the inning, but the Twins scored 3 runs on only 1 hit, a couple of walks, and a big error committed by Lawrie. After 2, it now reads Twins 3, A's 2 on your home for Twins baseball.
This portion of Twins baseball is brought to you by your select Heartland Chevy dealers. See your local Chevy dealer or log on to ChevyDealOnline.com today. Light rain falling at the ballpark. Third inning underway and a breaking ball from Velasco. This is outside to Billy Burns. Ball one. Twins 3, A's 2. 2 of the 3 runs earned back in the second. And the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Ball 1 strike. Fastball there from Velasco. Burns flied out to right field. His first time up. Velasco, this will be his 40th pitch. And now looking for that shutdown inning as we touched on earlier today. And the 1-1 inside. Slider, ball 2. The rain has picked up a bit more, and with that, fans are scattering for shelter. And the 2-1 knocked foul. Second deck down the third base side, 2-2. Temperatures in the low 70s at game time. And the 2-2 line to center field, a base hit. And Velasco trying to get the hand up to try to knock it down, but that fastball knocked right back up the middle. So Burns, a guy with great speed, is on. Leadoff single in the A's third. Twins by 1. Here comes Sam Fuld. He popped out his first time. Now 0 for his last 12. Michael Crisp made his 2015 debut last night off the DL. Was in left field. Hit leadoff. Planned day off today. And with Crisp added to the team, Billy Burns stayed, and Craig Gentry was optioned out before last night's ball game. There's Fuld, who checks and looks at a strike call. The fastball from Velasco, 0-1. But the A's have to be pleased with what they're seeing so far from Burns. 5 hits in this series. Played a good center field. And a threat to run. Velasco aware of that, throws over. Vargas applies the tag, but Burns back in.
Yeah, they elected to send Gentry down, and he's a guy that can play some center field, some good center field, but a little more energetic with Burns. Good speed, swings the bat for sure.
Check on the runner. Josh Reddick on deck. Some notable names on the disabled list for this Oakland team. Ben Zobrist out with the knee injury. Sean Doolittle out with a shoulder injury, but he may be back later on this month. And when he does return, he's going to be the A's closer once again. Despite the fact that Tyler Clippard has been lights out in that role, that'll just kind of strengthen the back end of the bullpen that Melvin has right now with Scribner, Clippard, and then Doolittle comes back. Need to be awfully tough. No balls and 1 strike on Fuld, and the pitch runs away as Velasco trying to hit that outside corner. This is again 1 ball, 1 strike. Velasco making just his 3rd start, was on the disabled list with some inflammation in his right elbow. Just a good chunk of April. As the rain picks up once again, runner starts, then stops, and Velasco goes off speed, misses inside. And Paul Molitor wondering, was that ball inside? And sure enough, it was. Mike Everett, the crew chief, behind the plate. The time called. Suzuki going out to visit with Velasco. What do you see from Ricky so far today, Danny? Just trying to find the right feel for his pitches.
Well, he is. He's, you know, he can get the ball, breaking the ball over him, but he has. It's gotten hit. I think right now, spending just a little bit too much time worried about Burns over at first base. He tried a slide step and just kind of quick pitch Sam Fuld, but arm dragged and he misfired up and away.
So 2 balls and 1 strike on Fuld. Burns at first base, nobody out in the 3rd. Twins lead 3-2 as again Velasco checks on Burns. Standing water on the playing field. What about the dirt though being damp? How will that impact Burns and his lead? And then
this is one of the best infields around. He's got a nice little tacky track out there. I'm sure he's got good traction.
And the 2-1 line to the right side. Leaping grab. Dozier. Throw to first base. Not in time. That ball hit sharply. Dozier timed his jump perfectly at the very apex. Went up, pulled it down, climbed the ladder. And takes a base hit away from Fold. And back to first goes Burns. 1 out. That was a rocket off the bat of Fold, but Dozier made a better play. Burns did not try to steal during that at bat to Fold. We'll keep an eye on him here with Josh Reddick at the plate, who flied out to left his first time. And Velasco again behind, misses high, ball 1, fastball. Reddick flied out to left his first time. And Reddick has the pants hiked up, knee high, green sock, and some gold stripes around the calf and shin. And a 1-0 swing and a miss. One of the better breaking balls Velasco's thrown today. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, to say the A's had their way with the Twins in recent years would be a big understatement. This has been a one-sided series in the last couple of years. And the 1-1 line to the right side. Dozier again jumps and again pulls it down. This one had more arc to it than Folds, but still not an easy play. And Dozier kind of smiling towards Kenny Vargas and also towards his own dugout. Twice Dozier tested, and twice he has answered. 2 down.
Well, you're going to hear about his basketball accolades now when he was in high school and how they would lower the rim to maybe 8 feet. He'd be able to dunk.
2 down. Burns still at first base. Now Billy Butler doubled and scored back in the second. Twins lead 3-2 as Velasco checks on the runner. And here's who's getting ready down on the farm, brought to you by Case IH. Left fielder Max Murphy. And 3 for 5, including 3 runs knocked in and scored twice. Cedar Rapids beat Wisconsin yesterday 8-2. The world of farming is changing. Be ready with Case IH. Righty against righty again. Velasco throws over and Burns back in with a dive. While this at bat continues, let's step out. 10 seconds for station identification from target field. This is Twins baseball. Burns starts towards second, stops, and Velasco misses outside with a slider. Ball 1. Velasco's pitch count now high. It's at 50 here in the 3rd inning. He was 76 in his first start back against the White Sox. Should be clear of 90 today. And the 1-0. That misses high, ball 2. So Burns, does he just not have a good read yet on Velasco? Is Ricky doing a good job mixing things up on the mound?
Well, he is. He's got the breaking ball and the fastball, but the fastball mostly kind of running up and away left-handed hitters, and he's trying to crowd him, the right-handed hitters.
Behind Butler, 2-0. Careful here. Runner goes, and the pitch is outside. Throw to second base is not going to be in time. Head first stolen base for Burns. That's his second. Pitch was outside, 3-0. So Burns now in scoring position. And a 3-0 count to Billy Butler in the A's 3rd.
It's more of a little hard slider. But again, down and away, 2 balls, no strikes, trying to get Butler to chase. But Butler, over the years, he's always been a pretty disciplined hitter.
3 balls and no strikes. Burns at second. 2 outs in the 3rd. And the pitch, fastball on the outside corner. Good pitch. 91 fastball count, but that one not grooved in the heart of the plate. Velasco went away and caught the outside edge exactly where Suzuki was set up. So 3-1. Ike Davis would bat if this A's 3rd continues. Burns at second base. He represents the tying run. 2 outs. And the 3-1. Strike 2. Back-to-back fastball. This one running down and inside. And now it's full on Butler. Butler's former team, the Royals, in a rain delay right now at Kauffman Stadium. KC and Cleveland. So 3-2. Twins by 1 in the third. And the payoff. Rolled foul. Back behind the plate. Fastball again from Nolasco. White Sox and Tigers get going shortly. In Chicago, that's Kyle Lobstein, Jose Quintana, two lefties. And the finale of that 3-game series. Again, the 3-2 rolled foul. White Sox had a big come-from-behind win. Melky Cabrera delivered a big home run late. And the White Sox rallied to defeat the Tigers. Kansas City 17-10 atop the Central. Tigers 17-11. The Twins in third place, 15-13, entering play here today. Again, the 3-2, a smash off the mound and into center field, a base hit. This will tie the game. Burns around third. He will score. Billy Butler scored a run earlier, now knocks in a run here in the third inning, and it's a 3-3 game.
Stolen base big for the Oakland Athletics, and then a couple of fastballs by Ricky Nolasco, and left that one out over the plate and went right back up the middle.
It's Butler's 14th RBI of the year. 5 hits in this series. And snapped it 0 for 20 right away on Monday night. So 2 outs, and now the left-handed batting Ike Davis. He walked and scored back in the second. And he swings and loops one foul off the net behind the plate, and an Nolasco fastball 0-1. Davis, longtime Met, son of former Twins closer Ron Davis. Briefly with Pittsburgh last year, the 0-1 curveball missed down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Davis, 28 years old. Brett Laurie on deck. Vargas is holding Butler on at first base. Rain jackets, ponchos, umbrellas. A common sight today here at Target Field. And the 1-1 outside, ball 2, and again Suzuki going out. This has to be what, the third or fourth meeting we've seen already between these two today.
Yeah, and I think that's the fastball I'm talking about, is kind of his lower half real quick, and then that arm just can't catch up, and he'll misfire up and away. And Suzuki not afraid to go out there and try to correct it. Now, Butler's not going anywhere.
A's 3 runs on 4 hits. Twins 3 runs on only 1 hit. And the 2-1 outside corner, strike 2. Came back with the heat. That one though down. And it's even 2-2.
That's a good location right there. If he can kind of hit those corners and get consistent. Mike Davis looking more for something middle half in he can drive.
Nolasco off the first base side, and the 2-2 curveball low and inside, ball 3. The rain for the most part has subsided. If anything, it's a light drizzle, maybe only falling here at the ballpark. So Butler off with the 3-2. There he goes, and the payoff is knocked in the air to left center field. Escobar chasing in the alley, shy of the track, reaches up, and it's over his head. It'll roll to the wall, and Butler will score all the way from first base. And the A's take a 4-3 lead here in the third inning. Escobar just never went back far enough. He had plenty of room with his route. As that ball was coming down, it cleared his glove. And Davis knocks in Butler, and the A's regain the lead.
You described that pretty good, and he got there plenty of time. For some reason, rather than catch that ball on the run, kind of squared up, back to the wall, and then leaped for it and mistimed it.
It was a double RBI. Davis 4-3 A's, and now Laurie bats. Nolasco misses outside for a ball. As I was just talking about the rain, here it comes again. of Arce. More time in the outfield with Arce on the disabled list. And the 1-0 is inside and a breaking ball 2-0.
You know, with this steady drizzle coming down here, a pitcher likes to be able to make sure his hands are dry. Haven't seen Ricky kind of go to the rosin bag, but every once in a while he'll try to wipe his hands off if he can find a dry spot on his uniform.
And the 2-0 swing and a miss. Challenger, the letter high fastball. Laurie missed it 2-1. Laurie, a base hit back in the second, single to left. His hitting streak now 11 games, which matches a career high. It's a good series. 6 hits and 12 at bats. A couple of doubles and an RBI. And the 2-1 swung on, hit foul. Fastball, and Laurie wants to see that one once again. He had something to whack right there. Instead, knocked it foul. 2-2. Steady rain falling. Another lengthy inning for Nolasco. 67 pitches in now. 2 in, 1 on, 2 out. 2-2 on Laurie. Nolasco glances towards second, deals home, and a breaking ball buckled him but missed inside. And now it's full 3-2. We're on site. Meteorologist Kyle Hammer says this rain should not last too much longer, and he is never wrong. The 3-2 got him swinging. Looked like Laurie chased ball 4, a fastball out of the zone, but still Nolasco picks up his first strikeout. The A's, though, scored 2 runs on 3 hits while leaving 1. After 2.5, it now reads Oakland 4, Twins 3 on your home for Twins baseball.
Baseball's newest morning show is off and running.
Hey, welcome to MLB Central.
Setting the table for your baseball day.
He has so many weapons in his arsenal.
MLB Central. Weekday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern. Only on MLB Network.
Treasure Island Resort and Casino is proud to be a founding partner of Target Field. Whether you stay, play, or die, the island is calling. 4-3 Oakland. As both starters trying to get a good feel for this game. There's your bats to begin the home third. Here comes Pomeranz. His first offering misses outside of fastball, ball 1. Dozier flied out to left field. His first time, A's scoring twice with 2 outs in the top half to regain a 1-run lead. And now the 1-0. Dozier showing bunt, pulled it back, and still took a strike. I like that idea, Danny, with the wet grass. Why not? Laurie's playing, I should say, the third baseman, Muncie's playing back.
Yeah, he is. And that was a pretty good pitch to bunt right there, middle half away.
Bagley the side, and now the 1-1. Dozier lifts one to left field, hooking towards the line, racing over full. That ball landing, and it is going to land just foul. Dozier jammed, but somehow sent that ball a long way. Put the wrists in and pulled it down the left field line, but hooking And landed just foul with full giving chase. 1-2. Dozier's 7 hits, his last 17 at bats. Entering play today, Dozier. Time for the 5th most runs scored in the American League. Dozier now pretty steady at that leadoff spot. Danny Santana hitting 9th. And the 1-2 ground ball pulled foul on the third base side. We've seen that really almost a regular occurrence, Danny, on this homestand. Dozier hitting leadoff and Danny Santana, the number 9.
Yeah, no question about it. I think just the fact that he's got speed in Dozier at the top, he's got speed at the bottom in Shane Robinson and Danny Santana. Actually, it's nice to be able to stack your guys like that because you play a different brand of baseball with the speed guys.
1-2 had the plate miss low. First ball 88 from Pomeranz. 2-2 to count.
You know, this game looks like it's kind of a ping pong game, kind of back and forth here, and neither pitcher, even though you look up at the board, Pomeranz has only given up 1 hit. A couple of walks though, and he's just behind a lot of guys.
2-2 change up Sky to center field. Back though is Burns, still going. Warning track at the wall, leaps up, and Burns makes a fine play. Jumping on the track, caught it, came down, and is back at the base of the fence in dead center. That ball had some good carry on it off the crack of the bat. But Burns again with another fine play, and Dozier's out number 1.
Yeah, it looked like Dozier didn't really kind of square it up very good, like kind of just a 3/4 swing, but good backspin on it. Liking Burns more than you see him play.
He caught it, then reaching back with his right hand, trying to find the wall, knowing that it was coming soon. Hung on to it, 1 out. Torrey Hunter steps in. Ground ball past the mound right side. On the charge, Laurie gloves it. Sidearm toss to first. In time for out number 2.
It's nice when you have a center fielder that lacks some fear of the wall out there, and we've seen him dive around in the infield and stealing some bases and some fine catches. Saw him crash into the wall in left center field a couple of ball games ago.
Dozier sending that one almost 400 feet into center field, and Burns again, good play. 2 down, bases empty. 4-3 A's in the home third. Trevor Plouffe struck out looking his first time. Pomeranz from the stretch. Here it comes, and he misses outside. And off speed there, ball 1.
We saw Kazmir pitch the other day, and one of the better changeups in all of baseball from a left-hander. And I wonder if he spends much time with this kid trying to help him master that pitch.
It was right there. Change of pace in the upper 80s. 1 ball, 1 strike. Twins getting to Kazmir for the first time in a couple of years last night. Time for 6 runs in 6 innings. Plouffe, strike 2. Good ball that time from Pomeranz, and now a ball and 2 strikes. 4-3 A's in the 3rd. And Vargas with bat if Plouffe can reach and extend this inning. And the 1-2 fastball popped up shallow right. In from right comes Reddick. And call it, grab with 2 hands to end the inning. Twins don't score, they leave none through 3. Oakland 4, Twins 3 on your home for Twins baseball. Twins baseball brought to you by CenturyLink, the official high-speed internet provider of the Twins. Internet speed 1 gig is rolling out. Visit CenturyLink.com to see if it's available in your area. Through 3, Oakland 4, Twins 3, and Alaska back to work. And back with the call once again, the 2-time World Series champion. Here's Dan Gladden.
Thank you, Corey. Good afternoon, everybody. It'll be the bottom third of the order, and Muncy, Phegley, and Sogard. Muncy had a sac fly RBI, his first ribby of the year. As grounds crew came out, some of that diamond dust around home plate, first base. We're ready to go. First pitch in their first strike. And a big looping curveball stays away. 1 ball, 1 strike. 71 pitches for Ricky Nolasco here as we start the top of the 4th inning. And right back 1-1. Changeup down in the dirt. Backhand stop by Suzuki. 2 balls and 1 strike. He had a nice 1-2-3 top of the first, and after that ran a little trouble. Ground ball to hold it short. Backhand play by Santana, and a strong throw across the diamond to retire Muncy. Nice play by the Twins shortstop. And even though you look at Danny Santana leading the shortstops in errors with 9, sure wouldn't be able to tell that, though, the way he comes out and practices. They kind of have a little one-on-one session the other day with Danny and working on that play right there. And not so much the feeling part of it, just getting his feet underneath him because they feel he's got a strong enough arm to make up for it. You know, a check swing foul off the bat of Phegley. Strike 1. Phegley sac fly RBI. That's how they've scored their first 2 runs, and then an RBI single by Butler with 2 down, and then Ike Davis got a ball over Escobar, and this one's popped up in the infield. Suzuki and Plouffe. It's going to be Plouffe in foul territory, and he puts that one away. So with 2 quick outs, here's Sogard to bat. Sogard grounded out easily to the third baseman in his only at bat. And here's where you need that quick inning, the bottom third of the order. Those guys aren't their better hitters, but Sogard runs fairly well. 250 on the year. He's driven in just 4. And a fastball up and away, ball 1. Plouffe in on the grass, taking the bunt away from Sogard. Rain kind of been steady here this afternoon. High strike called in the corner, now 1-1. Two down, bases empty. 4-3 Oakland. And there's strike 2. Came right back with that fastball up and away, and now ahead 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Ricky's pitch. Line down the right field line. That's trouble. That's going to roll the wall. Sogard round first base into second as Rosario gets the ball back into the infield. So a 2-out double for Sogard keeps the inning alive. His 4th double of the year. I think it was a hanging breaking ball that left up in the zone, and Sogard pulled on it. Well, here's the exciting Billy Burns. Stolen base single, scored a run. Playing in just his 6th ball game. So Ricky back to the stretch. Righty delivers way high. Boy, that almost went to the backstop. And again, Suzuki going to make another trip out to the mound. I'm sure some of the conditions out on the mound right now, they did spend a little time out there, some diamond dust, but both pitchers kind of spend a lot of time on that little pad they have on the backside of the mound, kind of help clean off their cleats. But when your spikes start to clog up a little bit, it's tough. Keep them clean. From the stretch, delivers, fouled off. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Burns 0 for 4 last night. Before that, he had hit safely first 4 ball games since being called up from AAA Nashville. Checks the runner in the pitch. Ground ball right side. Foul. Ricky just 1 strikeout. He's walked 1. Butler at AAA. I'm sorry, Billy Burns at AAA at .315. Had 5 stolen bases. This kid runs well. Ahead 1-2. And again pulled down the right field line. He's got that, oh, look out, cotton candy guy coming down the aisle down there. Just missed him. That would have been fun.
Just a few feet, if that.
I don't even think he saw it coming, and nobody even said, hey, heads up. Burns is a guy, he swings the bat. You throw the rosin bag up there, he might be swinging. And a pitch almost went after the changeup away. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's a pitch there, and Velasco's not been able to kind of command here this afternoon, the changeup. So just a fastball and a breaking ball this afternoon. Runner at second with 2 down, 4-3 Oakland. Curve popped up. Suzuki, Vargas. It's going to be Vargas coming in from first base and puts it away. So nice job, Ricky Velasco. 2-out hit. Goes by the wayside. Twins coming to bat in the bottom of the 4th, trail 4-3. And you're listening to Twins Baseball. Starting at just $10, receive a ticket for one of the alcohol. It's the free Our Family section. They receive a free Swigert hot dog, Pepsi. It's presented by Fox Sports North. Our Family sections run all season long. Visit twinsbaseball.com for more details. Kenny Vargas leads off. Twins trailing 4-3. Pomerantz delivers up and away, ball 1. Pomerantz at 51 pitches, giving up 3 runs on 1 hit. Runs coming in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Leadoff single by Vargas, couple of walks, sac fly, and an error. Missed down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Falling behind, 2 balls and no strikes. Catches the outside corner for a strike. Between innings, Pomeranz came out to the mound. Home plate umpire and the grounds crew came out and asked him if they wanted any diamond dust, and he kind of said the landing area was pretty good right now. Curve drops in there for a strike. Had Vargas off out in front. Laurie playing out on the grass, but pretty much straight away. Not sure seen this defense before. Infield playing him to pull. Change up in the dirt. Another 3-ball, 2-strike count. Pomeranz last time out 5 1/3 against Texas. Threw 84 pitches. Payout pitch on the way. Missed leadoff walk. So the Twins have the tying run on, and Vargas. Batter's going to be Escobar.
Sorry, that goes back to what we talked about early in the broadcast today about Kenny Vargas, because Pomeranz was testing him. He was going to throw that knuckle curve in the dirt down and inside, but Kenny did not chase it. He works the leadoff walk here in the 4th inning.
Yeah, but also the scouting report is be patient on this guy, because there's a lot of 3-ball, 2-strike counts to the hitters, so you can be fine as to where your hitting zone should be. I don't need to expand it until I get 2 strikes, but he's always been a bit behind. One hopper to the shortstop, Sogard to Laurie. Back to first in time for the double play. So Escobar is swinging at the first pitch. Hits into the 6-4-3 double play, and that's the pitcher's best friend right there. Well, you don't want to take your aggressiveness away from your hitters, but at the same time, when you've seen where he's already walked 3 to jump on that first pitch. So base is empty. Here's Suzuki. Pomeranz delivers. Missed down and in, ball 1.
I'm not sure if you saw the close-up shot a moment ago of Brett Laurie, but a guy that loved wearing the eye black during your playing day. He's got it on, Danny, but it kind of drapes down towards his chin. And he has a long streak of eye black on both sides.
New look. There's a ground ball. Laurie's going to dive for it. Can't come up with it. So a 2-out single. Solid knock by Suzuki right up the middle. Just the second hit for the Twins here this afternoon. Well, the first guy I saw that wore, I mean, of course, the football players, they kind of overdo it a little bit, but something about when you wear that eye black like that, it's kind of like a war paint, you know. You're going to battle here. Gives you kind of a different look. You feel different. Some guys just don't know how to put it on. They got that black electrical tape I've seen some of these guys wear. Robinson bats. Takes it in there for a strike. Growing up in the Bay Area, big fan of Freddie Blitnikoff, who I think kind of really started that craze. He had a good look, but also the pine tar that they used to have all hooped all over their hands and ankles. There's a ground ball. Sogard at short, bobbles it, and he's going to be charged with an error. Just a routine ground ball, and I'm not sure. Sogard trying to go to second, look fancy, go to first. But he had a couple of opportunities, and again, second error today, charged to the Oakland Athletics. And a club coming in here ranked 14th in defense. And again, the plays you're supposed to make them. And now all of a sudden you're forced to have your pitcher face another hitter, in this case Eddie Rosario. Should be in the dugout right now. Twins will take it. Tying run in Suzuki at second base. Rosario, sac fly RBI his last time up. Ball in the dirt, laid off.
Remember, Sogard seeing a lot more time at second base with the injury to Ben Zobrist, who was the second baseman with the A's before his knee injury. Semien every day at short until today. And Sogard from second to short here for game 4.
But Sogard's been playing regularly at second base. No big deal sliding over to short. Again, I just think that he kind of got out of control on a routine ground ball. The Twins could capitalize on it with Rosario batting. Pomeranz delivers. Line drive up the middle, base hit. Suzuki being waved around. No throw to the plate. Robinson to third. Twins tie it up 4-4. Stay hot, Eddie Rosario. Again, the Twins taking advantage of some miscues by the Oakland Athletics. They got their second run back in the second inning on a throwing error charge to Laurie. And at the time that tied it up 2-2. Here they've tied it up 4-4 on an error charge to Sogard. And not done. Here's Danny Santana. So Pomeranz from the stretch. Rosario runs fairly well. A little soft toss over to first base. He had great speed on the bases, and Robinson at third base. Rosario, I thought the hardest thing for a guy to get when they get called up, in this case Rosario, is trying to figure out the signs right away. Foul back into the netting. Good cut by Santana. And, usually when a kid comes up, he'll go by and have a little cram session with the third base coach. In this case, Gene Glenn, and of course the interpreter would be there, and Rudy Hernandez, and letting them know, hey, here are the signs that we're using. Here's the bunt, here's the hit and run. Ball in the dirt. Nice play by Fegley to keep that in front of him.
Do you throw everything out in just one meeting?
Yes.
You space them out at all?
No, I just let it. All you do is the BHS, bunt, hit and run, steal. And then if there's a squeeze play, that somehow is connected to the bunt sign. Count of 1-1. Twins have tied it up 4-4, and the pitch popped up right side. Laurie at second base drifts to his left and puts that one away. Twins pick up an unearned run here, but tie it up after 4. New score at Target Field, 4-4 on your home for Twins baseball. Well, we're missing somebody from our booth right now. What are my chances of my partner locking the door right now? Wow. I guess not. That trick's already been played then, huh? 4-4 tie as we start the top of the 5th inning. As Ricky Nolasco delivers to Sam Fuld in there for a strike. Big inning here for Ricky Nolasco. He retired the first 2 batters he faced in a little 2-out double to Sogard. And then got Burns on a weak pop-up. He needs that quick 1-2-3 inning. Check swing. He went around though, and they're going to check. Yep, he did. Plate umpire Mike Everett didn't see that. Sam Fuld quickly in the hole. No balls at 2 strikes. Pitch count at 87 for Ricky Nolasco. And the 0-2 on the way. Missed outside. And a 1-2 on the way. Ground ball past Ricky. Going to be fielded by Dozier. And he'll retire the speedy Sam Fuld. That ball hit the side of the mound, kicked away from Ricky, but Dozier right there. So Sam Fuld now 0 for 3. Sam hasn't gotten the ball out of the infield. His troubles continue. I believe now 0 for his last 13. And here's Josh Reddick.
Nice to be back. I was concerned there for a moment that the booth was going to be locked. So sure enough,
it was suggested. I want you to know that, and I want you to know that I stood up for you.
So somebody in this booth wanted
it was discussed.
Discussed.
And Reddick takes a strike on the outside corner only because in between innings they were playing the Bob Uecker.
Yeah, I
heard that.
Yeah.
So obviously wherever you were at, you were thinking they're going to do. They're going to do it. They're going to lock it out. Pitch missed down and in. Well, it was suggested, and we were thinking, okay, the next thing we'd see is a ladder in front of the radio booth. And then Corey Pro was coming up the ladder, but then I figured that might be too high of a climb for him. Popped up left side. Plouffe out. Santana. And it's going to be Plouffe who's calling for it. Santana gets out of the way and 2 down.
Talking about one of the giant ladders, or just like a simple step ladder. Step ladder, no problem, but when you have to have the extension,
right?
No bueno.
Well, how about this height right here? A ladder from lower concourse right here in front of us.
I could just jump. I just a simple box jump. For me, I don't need a ladder for that.
All right, Hammer. I'm going to throw him out and see if he see how he handles that. As Butler lifts it down the right field line, foul. Butler having a pretty good game here today. A double single or RBI. He scored twice. Twins bullpen active. It was Tonkin earlier, and I believe it's Tonkin again. There's a ground ball, shortstop. Fielded cleanly by Santana, and he'll retire. Billy Butler, good job. Ricky Nolasco, 3 up, 3 down. Coming to the bottom of the 5th inning, knotted up at 4-4, and you're listening to Twins Baseball. .606-1493. Tied up 4-4 here. The Twins have a chance. Top of the order. Here comes Dozier, Hunter, and Plouffe. Hitters 1, 2, and 3. And Pomeranz delivers way high. Spent about a half a bag out on the mound on that diamond dust, so mound looks in pretty good shape. Haven't had rain for about an inning now. Dozier 0 for 2. Takes it up and in tight. 2 balls and no strikes. Dozier with a couple of home runs. He's driven in 14 on the year. He's played some solid defense for the Twins this year. 2-0 pitch taken all the way, and it's in there for a strike. Pomeranz has walked 3, 2 strikeouts. Been helped out with a double play, but team behind him, they've committed 2 errors and has cost him. 2-1 pitch catches the outside corner and evens it up 2 balls and 2 strikes. The A's have activated their bullpen as well. And a 2-2 pitch missed way inside. And another 3-ball 2-strike count from Pomeranz. Dozier, of course, 9 RBIs last 9 ball games. Bats here with a count of 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 on the way. Foul back, good cut. Pomeranz wears number 13, left-hander. That'll be a little bit off-centered when you wear number 13. From the stretch, lefty delivers way outside, not even close. So a leadoff walk, 4th issued by Pomeranz. So Dozier, a couple of stolen bases on the year.
It's righty Dan Otero warming up in the A's bullpen. Twins pen right now is quiet. Michael Tonkin had been up earlier, but Velasco with the 1-2-3 5th inning.
Pomeranz does have 2 pickoffs this year. Delivers to Hunter and misses outside, low ball 1. Hunter, the DH here this afternoon, 0 for 2, a fly out to right, ground out to second base. It's not like Pomeranz is pitching that bad. He's only given up 3 runs, and his team has made a couple of errors behind him. High strike call, and now 1 ball and 1 strike. But just a slow, lethargic, laborious effort. And I think what happens is that pitcher always going 3 balls, 2 strikes. Sometimes we have a tendency to put our defense to sleep. Fastball at 91, a big swing and a miss by Hunter. I always hear managers talk about that. They didn't make the play. They were sitting out there for a long inning. And then when you need that play made, they're just not ready. Hunter in the hole, 1 and 2. Nobody out, runner at first. And Pomeranz to Hunter, way outside. Pomeranz last year with Oakland, he was in 20 ball games, started 10. He ended up 5 and 4. And a little easy toss over to first. Dozier not going anywhere. Hunter bats, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a pitch fouled off right side. Torrey, 13 ball games here at Target Field this year. 3 home runs, 11 driven in. Hits well here, .321 average. If you look at a lot of the guys' averages hitting at Target Field, especially his homestand, doing fairly well. A little jam shot, shortstop Sogard out. Has time to get there, and he'll put that one away. And so Hunter now 0 for 3. And here's Trevor Plouffe.
Danny Santana, another one who has thrived here in his young career at home.
When you talk to the players, you always say, hey, what's your favorite park? And you say, oh, I like to go to Chicago, and kind of a hitter's park. We were talking with Hunter the other day. He feels that Seattle has the best backdrop, and then he talked about Minnesota. And I want to say that the backdrop that the Twins have here at Target Field is the same as what they have at Safeco. This one's pulled down the left field line, but foul. Remember, the Twins kind of like Seattle. When Seattle's Safeco Field was just put up, they went through some different transitions with the backdrop. Same with the Twins. Remember, they had the pine trees in the back out there, and some of the players kind of voiced their opinion that they didn't see it well. That was removed. And then they went through some different paint schemes. 0-1 on the way, and it's up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Vittori was talking about this here is with the backdrop. He says the ball looks so much larger. One out runner at first, 4-4 tie, bottom of the 5th. Trevor Plouffe. There's a strike off speed pitch. Catches the outside corner. Plouffe this afternoon, strikeout and a flyout. Twins with just 3 hits, single by Suzuki, single by Rosario, and a leadoff single by Kenny Vargas. The Twins have 4 runs. Lifted foul down the right field line. You know, just watching Pomerantz, he's got good body size, and the way that ball comes out, it looks free and easy. Lefty sets at the belt, now throws over. Lefty Pomerantz checks the runner and delivers a running fastball up and away. Trevor now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Plouffe on the homestand having a good series, 3 for 316 average with 13 RBIs. And this one outside, and now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Steve Dozier's off and running here, 3-2. And we'll have to wait as Pomerantz throws to first. Pomerantz 86 pitch coming up. Runner goes, and it's lifted down the right field line. It'll slice into the seats. So Dozier back to first base. Look at some of the numbers coming to this ball game. Pomerantz has done well against left-handed hitters. Giving up an extra base hit. Just 1 RBI. Runner goes. Pitch is taken inside. So there's the 5th walk issued by Pomerantz. And I think Bob Melvin has seen enough. And he has popped up out of the dugout, and he just quickly signals to the bullpen. So we have a break in the action. This pitch and change brought to you by Summit Brewing, offering a new Hop Vale Organic Ale. It is brewed with certified organic hops, malts, and lemon peel for a hoppy yet also drinkable ale. Summit, a more meaningful brew. SummitBrewing.com. Chris Atterbury with a scoreboard update next on your home for Twins baseball. It's here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 4-4 tie. Twins threatening again. Right-hander Danny Otero will come on. Originally drafted by the San Francisco Giants, Otero on the year. 14th appearance, has a 2-1 record. 12 1/3. He's given up 13 hits, 1 walk, and 8 strikeouts. So Pomeranz goes 4 1/3, just 3 hits. 4 runs, had 5 walks. And as Kenny Vargas, I'm sure he bats. Takes it on the outside corner. There's a strike. Dozier the runner at second base. Trevor Plouffe the runner at first. Otero, the right-hander, checks the runner and delivers. Fastball catches the outside corner. There's a strike. Well, Pomeranz 5 walks here this afternoon. That ties a career high for him. He's done that 3 times now, 4. And the 0-2 pitch, running fastball away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dozier reached on a walk. Hunter popped out. Plouffe walked. And now Vargas bats. Timeout called. Otero taking too much time. Otero made his debut with the San Francisco Giants in 2012. All out of the bullpen. One ball, 2 strikes. Missed down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Said Otero was drafted by the Giants 21st round 2013, claimed off waivers by the Yankees on March 26th, and then 3 days later Oakland Athletics claimed him. Here's the pitch, fouled off. Now Bryce Harper's really on target. Right fielder hit a home run. in his first 3 at-bats yesterday, finishing 3 for 4, 3 home runs, 5 runs batted in as the Nationals beat the Marlins 7-5. Who's on target? It's brought to you by Target. Expect more and pay less.
Harper also drawing a ton of walks so far this season as well.
Well, he's being a little more disciplined. Check swing there to see if he went, and they said no, he did not. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. How about that, though? 3 home runs, first 3 at bats. Well, they need Harper. The Washington Nationals need to get going.
They've won 7 of 10.
Yeah, they're playing better. He started off real slow. See if the runners are going as Otero spins, no throw to second.
Mets have lost 6 of their last 10. Washington a game under 500. The Mets, though, 18 wins atop the East. Braves 500 right now in second place.
Braves always quietly stay in contention.
This was supposed to be kind of a rebuilding year for Atlanta.
3-2, and he walked him. Another walk issued by an Oakland A's pitcher, and that's going to load the bases up. And that's going to bring Eduardo Escobar to the plate. Always said, well, your defense standing around out there, there is no defense for a walk. I mean, I'm not sure. Stand out there and that pitcher ball 1, ball 2, and then in this case he got ahead of Kenny Vargas, and then just for some reason nitpicked a little bit and didn't challenge him. Bases loaded, 1 out. Here's Escobar. Batting left-handed, swung at the first pitch last time up, hit into a double play. And a fastball runs outside. Well, the bullpen of the Oakland Athletics has been their Achilles heel. They'll be the first to tell you they're trying to find some magic in that bullpen. And the pitch, changeup popped up behind home plate. We're going to pause 10 seconds, allow our stations to identify themselves. You're listening to Twins Baseball. Escobar 1-1 pitch, fouled again, back into the netting. And now 1 ball, 2 strikes. A's bullpen 1-4, just 2 saves. That ERA almost 8 over their last 15 ball games. And just 3 of those 15 outings have been scoreless. So pick up the phone, call the bullpen. You're crossing your fingers. You're throwing salt over your shoulder. And a pitch. Base hit right field. That's going to score 1. Going to wave Plouffe around third. Reddick's throw goes to second. Twins lead 6-4. Escobar stays hot. Ball game last night for Escobar. He had 5 RBIs. He picks up 2 here today. And Kurt Young, pitching coach, will make a trip out. Of the 6 walks the A's pitchers have issued here this afternoon, half of them have come around to score.
Well, it was May of last year where Escobar really took off. On base a ton. The doubles seemed to pile up every day. In all 27 May games last year, hit nearly 320. Had 13 doubles alone that month. En route to a 35 double season. So May was big for Escobar last year, and so far May off to a great start here in 2015.
And you talk about some of the offensive numbers for a lot of these guys at Target Field. Escobar's in that elite group as well. 23 starts here. He's got an average of 352. So here is Suzuki. Suzuki singled his last time up. Taro delivers. Hit high in the air, center fielded fairly well, playable. Or Burns, the runner's going to tag Vargas. He'll go to third. Escobar stays at first base. So hit well off the bat of Suzuki for a fly ball out. So now first and third. Shane Robinson will bat. Kurt Young's trip to the mound. It is presented by Quick Trip, now featuring premium meats. Big on fresh, low on price.
Pomeranz goes 4 to third, 6 runs, 4 earned. On 3 hits, he walked 5, struck out 2 through 87 pitches today. And walks again, a big problem for Pomeranz. And while he's been better at that this season, entering his start today, that's been really his Achilles heel so far in his big league career.
But also, I think that the pitch count for Pomeranz today at 87. There's a ground ball, and it's going to be just foul. Boy, Muncy fielded that ball, and third base umpire Clint Fagan saying no, foul, and he's letting the fans know down the third baseline he got it right.
Awfully close to skipping over the bag.
Yes. And that's if the ball does go over third base, lands behind the bag in foul territory, it is a fair ball. But he was right on that. He had a good read on it. That ball was in front of him. Paul Molitor, Twins dugout, had a good read on it. So no balls and a strike, 2 runs in. Quick throw over as Escobar slides back. But if Pomeranz can get that pitch count down, he had a start against the Angels. He went 5 innings through 100 pitches in that ball game. Little number fielded by Otero. He'll quickly flip it over to Ike Davis at first base to retire Shane Robinson. Twins pick up 2 runs on just 1 hit, and they strand 2. New score after 5. It's the Minnesota Twins 6 and the Oakland Athletics 4. You're listening to Twins baseball.
The 2015 Esurance MLB All-Star Game ballot is here. Head to MLB.com/vote to choose this year's stars and help send them to the All-Star Game on July 14th in Cincinnati. Vote early and vote often to put your stamp on the Midsummer Classic.
Now that's going to be it. Ricky Nolasco, 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, had 1 walk and 1 strikeout. Ricky threw 93 pitches, in line to pick up his 2nd win, as he'll give way to right-hander Michael Tonkin. Tonkin just his 4th appearance since being called up. And in the prior 3 appearances, he's only logged 1 inning. The guy had come in, and I think 2 of his outings, he threw 1 pitch, got an out. Next time out, 1 pitch, got an out, and he was out of the ballgame. And he'll come on, and for the A's, it'll be Ike Davis, Brett Lawrie, Max Muncy. Davis with a double RBI, hit the ball to left field, and Escobar kind of misplayed. It wasn't charged with an error, and that cost Ricky Nolasco a run. As Tonkin's first pitch fouled back left side. Ricky should really have only given up 3 runs. And he got better, I thought, after that strikeout of Brett Lawrie, and then he retired. 2-out double to Sogard. That ball wasn't hit hard. And then had a nice little 1-2-3 fifth inning. Tonkin misses down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ike Davis. Just 1 homer, 9 driven in. Hits this ball high in the air, right center field it fairly well. Robinson track, and he'll look up, and there's Ike Davis' 2nd home run of the year. And the A's come right back and now trail 6-5. Not sure what the pitch was. It might have been something off speed, but elevated up. Ball seems to be carrying well here this afternoon. That's the old fastball right there that was up. Tonkin's got to pitch down in the zone, get the sink. Pitch outside, ball 1 to Lawrie. Feel like this game here, there's going to be a lot of scoring. Whoever bats last, I think, is going to be the winner here. That one catches the outside corner for a strike.
That distance of that home run, 420 feet. And hit that a long way, clearing the high wall in right center.
Slider missed outside, 2-1. You got velocity too.
Statcast says 104 miles per hour off the crack of the bat.
Nothing. It was high. It was far, but looking at the flags out there, there's strike 2 to Lawrie. Flags in right field look like they're blowing in. And then flags out in left field kind of limp, aren't really doing anything.
Remember what Josh Willingham told us earlier on this homestand?
Big swing and a miss. Boy, Lawrie didn't get cheated. Tonkin picks up his strikeout. Lawrie 2 punch outs here this afternoon.
Yeah, Willingham's theory was when he'd be in left field, he'd look at the flags above the U.S. Bank home run porch, and he would think field level, they're actually opposite what the flags are doing above the seating structure, and he thought the same at all parts in the outfield here at Target Field. So to your point, while maybe it seems like it's blowing in from right, maybe field level, according to Willingham, is doing the exact opposite.
Yeah, so it probably swirls around here. I can really kind of get a better visual when the mist is kind of coming down here. You can see how it swirls over the field. Once he takes it inside, had to back off the plate on that pitch. Getting a start at third base, just his 8th game. And this one missed outside. Muncy coming to the ballgame just 3 for 10. Sac fly RBI, picked up his first RBI of the year in that 2-run 2nd inning. Tonkin out of the stretch. It was a good pitch, sinker down and away, good location. And now 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 out, 1 run in. A's are out hitting Minnesota 7-4. And the pitch. Strike 2, same pitch. He didn't like it. Now getting back to Pomerantz and watching him pitch, haven't seen him other than some video, but looks like he's got the stuff that when it comes out of his hand, he's just got to get a little more consistent in that strike zone. Once he chased, fastball up and away. So back-to-back strikeouts for Tonkin. And I think also learn to maybe pitch inside a little bit, and that's been the big turnaround for the Twins pitchers this year, and starting to pitch more inside to everybody. Fegley bats. Officially 0 for 1. Tonkin. Oh, nice slider down away for strike 1. Twins at Country Hearth Bread. They're proud partners this season. Toast of the Twins is Country Hearth Bread. Tonkin sets, delivers. Check swing, they're going to ask. Said he did not go around. Tim Timmons, good buddy down there at first base. Mike Everett is the crew chief. He's behind home plate, calling balls and strikes this afternoon. There's a good fastball in 94, and that's a strike. Getaway day for everybody. Oakland will board a charter, and head into Seattle. Twins head into Cleveland. And here's 1-2. Just missed outside.
Speaking of umpires, on our broadcast on Saturday, we're going to hear an interview you conducted earlier this homestand with Jim Joyce. We look forward to that on Saturday's pregame show.
Jimmy and I go back. We played Double-A, or he was an umpire Double-A Texas League, and so was the Pacific Coast League. Missed outside. Run to count full 3-2. Jimmy and I had, I guess, a friendly run-ins over the years. But Jimmy, one of the better, classier acts as an umpire. And a payoff pitch laid off, and it's a 2-out walk.
Now, without giving too much away, did pace of play generate much conversation between you two?
You know, it did. And he feels that, tell you what, a lot of people with the clock that they have in between innings, he feels that that is kind of, you know, that first step that everybody, the pitchers, the umpires, the hitters are all aware of. And I think the fact that it was in spring training has kind of programmed these players now that, hey, if I'm leading off that inning, I got to hurry up and hustle off the field, get in the dugout, get my stuff ready to hit. Sogard takes a strike.
Well, I know Major League Baseball is pleased with the numbers they have seen already. Going back to the month of April, games were down about 8 minutes from the average time of last year, over 3 hours last year, in the 250s now so far this season. That was in April.
Popped up. Sogard, no chance here. Robinson coming in from center field, two-hands it and puts it away. So Sogard, easy fly ball out, though the A's pick up 1 run on Ike Davis's second home run of the year. 5.5 completed, new score. Twins 6, A's 5. You're listening to Twins Baseball.
MLB Network Thursday night showcase. It's an AL East showdown as Adam Jones and the Orioles invade the Bronx to face Jacoby Ellsbury and the Yanks. Join Costas and Verducci for Orioles Yankees on the MLB Network Thursday night showcase live at 7 Eastern.
Well, Anheuser-Busch Brewing Company brings you what's brewing in Twins territory. Tune in all season for the events, festivals, and celebrations throughout Twins territory. Budweiser had still brewed the hard way. This Bud's for you. New pitcher for the Oakland Athletics, Francisco Rodriguez, just called up prior to the ballgame today. Rodriguez called up. Chad Smith was sent out. And he'll be facing Eddie Rosario. Eddie, he was 1 for 1, takes that pitch inside, ball 1.
And Rodriguez at AAA this year, 10 games, made 1 start. Number that stands out, 16 innings, struck out 18 batters.
Pitch is out of the stretch. Nobody on base. And popped up. Playable for the infielder Sogard behind third base on the grass. Puts that one away. So Rodriguez retires his first batter, Rosario, on a pop-up. And here comes Danny Santana. Rodriguez originally selected by the Angels 18th round. Played with Houston in the minor leagues, traded to Oakland. Came over from Houston for Jed Lowry as Santana shows bunt, pulls it back in there for a strike. (6-5) Minnesota. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the big righty delivers slow tapper foul down the first baseline. Rodriguez from El Paso, Texas, age 30. I'm listed at 6'3", 237. Pitches to Santana in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Laid off a ball in the dirt. A's 2 in the second. Twins answered right back with 2 in the bottom half of their second inning. A's added 2 in the top of the third. Twins got 1 back in the fourth. And this pitch real high. Santana backs out of the batter's box. Twins in the bottom of the fourth. RBI single by Eddie Rosario. Tied it up 4-4. They added 2 more in the bottom of the fifth. A's got 1 back. Top half of the 6th inning. Homer by Ike Davis. And there's a pitch low, and now 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Rodriguez coming in, getting ahead of Santana. No balls and 2 strikes. Pitch away from walking him. These pitchers have walked 6 so far this afternoon. Swung a miss, might have chased ball 4. Good fastball at 94 though from Rodriguez. So with 2 down, bases empty. It'll be Brian Dozier. Hey, Tuesday, May 26th is Healthcare Professionals Night here at Target Field. Twins are going to host the Boston Red Sox. Special ticket packages available, which includes exclusive Twins branded scrub top. Tickets for this deal are limited, so visit twinsbaseball.com/healthcare today. So the Boston Red Sox, Juan Nieves was let go, their pitching coach. And usually you don't see that. Very rare that you see a pitching coach let go, especially this early in the season. Dozier takes a strike, and now 1 ball, 1 strike. We saw the manager, Ron Renicky, let go. Craig Counsell, the new manager for Milwaukee, and now trying to find out that they have not announced who their pitching coach will be for Boston. Swing and a miss, little cutter away at 91. They have the worst ERA in the American League. Also, their offense really sputtering right now. And 1-2 on the way. Up and in, 2-2 to Dozier.
And who was going to be that team's ace? As we saw the Red Sox often during spring training, they had special T-shirts. It's going to be him. It's not going to be me. That they were having some fun with, but they just don't have that frontline guy right now.
Here's the 2-2 on the way. Strike 3. Took the fastball on the outside corner. So Rodriguez comes in, 3 up, 3 down with a couple of strikeouts. 6 in the books here at Target Field. Got us a ball game. Minnesota Twins lead 6-5 over the A's on your home for Twins baseball. start the top of the 7th inning. New pitcher and left-hander Aaron Thompson. 6-5 Minnesota, and like I do so often, I hand my partner over with the Twins lead.
The numbers dictate that, Danny. The run differential is outstanding. Innings 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. No bueno. 6-5. Twins on top. Aaron Thompson. Team high 15th appearance on the year. Billy Burns now batting right-handed. He takes outside, ball 1. Thompson has been terrific this year. ERA 2.45. High leg kick and a 1-0. Line to right down the line. That ball slicing and landing foul. On the right side, 1 ball, 1 strike. Thompson, what's keyed his start. Spots like this, first batters faced just 1 for 13. So you think Thompson's coming in, tight game. It's a 1-run game, maybe a tie game. More times than not, that first batter isn't getting on. Thompson trying to keep that trend going here today. Righty's batting under 200 against him, and really his stat line would tell you in the past that he's been more of a lefty on left specialist, but also performing well against righties so far in 2015. Mark Canha is on deck. He would bat for Sam Fuld. And the 1-1 sent foul off the net behind the plate. 1-2. So Fuld, left-handed batter, due up second, but Canha will hit for him. And then Josh Reddick due up third here in the A's 7th inning. Win today, and the Twins would be a season best 3 games over 500. And the 1-2 ground ball to short. Danny Santana to his left. He scoops, sets, and his throw pulls Vargas off the bag. And Burns is safe.
The bag yet.
Well, now he does. Vargas came off trying to field that throw from Santana, and an errant throw by the Twins shortstop pulled Vargas off. And Kenny tried to get the tag applied to the upper body of Burns before he got to the bag, and Molitor is outside the dugout. Joe Vavra's on the phone, and Sean Harlan now taking a look at this play. We'll see if the Twins ponder a challenge. And sure enough, Molitor says thumbs up, and the Twins will challenge, and Tim Timmons, the first base umpire, will jog down towards home plate. He'll put on a headset, as will the home plate umpire Mike Everett. So the Twins are challenging the call at first base. The call on the field is that the runner is safe, and a pending throwing error on Danny Santana. And Burns, the tying run, he can fly, so a big call early in the 7th inning with the Twins up by 1. As we take a look here, and Vargas, he's out. You know, Vargas sure enough got the tag down. Take a look at the back of the left leg of Burns. Comes down, and the angle that we're seeing now almost from the first base side doesn't do it justice. Saw one really from center field, and now the fans taking a look, and I think contact was made on the gray pants in the back of the leg.
You know what's amazing is that he called him safe, and Burns didn't even touch first base, so there shouldn't have been no call at all. But yeah, I do see a little bit of a jersey move or a pant. So this should be rather easy.
The umpires look like they're ready to take off the headset, and we'll get the call. The headsets are off, and here's the call on the field. He's out. It's a good play by Kenny Vargas, coming off the bag and getting the tag down. Otherwise, Danny Santana was looking at another error, and that would have been his 10th. Vargas has been on 3 times today. A single, 2 walks. He scored a run, and now coming off the bag and getting that tag on the leg of Burns. So 1 down, and now Canha officially announced batting for Fuld. Saw Canha in left field quite a bit in this series. We'll also see some time at first base now with Chris back. Likely Canha will stay in, take over for Fuld in left field as he bats for him in the 7th inning. Thompson off the third base side. In the 7th, base is empty, 1 out. And the pitch is outside, fastball away, ball 1. Canha 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter. As Blaine Boyer is now up in the bullpen. Right-hander for the Twins, Josh Reddick on deck. And the 1-0, and that's outside again. Ball 2, 89 on that one. Canada for the season, 4 homers and 14 knocked in. He homered off Phil Hughes here on Monday night. Well, the season batting .267. 6-5 Twins in the 7th. And the pitch, that's a knee-high strike call. Fastball, similar spot to the last one, but down in the zone. And now it's 2-1.
Here, and that's the Twins' 6th challenge this year. They won 5 of them. Get better in that department.
Nice work, Sean Harlan. And the 2-1 swing and a miss. Fastball by him again, away. And Canna swung, and his momentum took him across the plate, 2-2.
I think Sean's going to be a free agent, or was going to be a free agent at the end of this year, so it's important that he has that breakout year here.
He needs it. He needs it. Last year, okay.
Just okay.
Okay, but this year off to a great start. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Canna. Here comes Thompson. Low and breaking ball. That slider that he features often to right-handed batters. Fastball, slider, and a changeup. Doesn't really throw his changeup to lefties. Basically, the fastball slider is what he will use when facing left-handed batter, and we'll see that matchup next in Reddick. So 3 balls and 2 strikes on Canna. Thompson the side from Suzuki, sets up in, and the payoff is swung on and popped up. Shallow left. Santana, the shortstop, is out. Backpedals. Escobar in, and Santana, somewhat staggering, but pulls it down above his left shoulder for out number 2.
Santana was waiting for Escobar to get there. He kept drifting out, and out. And Escobar got to come in a little bit easier play for your left fielder.
So 2 down, and now Josh Reddick 0 for 3 in the game here today. Had his 12-game hitting streak snapped on Tuesday night. So he's been hot last 9 games, 13 hits. Thompson so far this year, lefty on left, has allowed only 3 hits, 8 strikeouts. As Reddick looks at a strike call. There's that sweeping slider, 82, 0-1. These 2 teams will meet for 3 out of the All-Star break, a weekend series in July. And the 0-1 check swing, he went off speed again from Thompson. 0-2, so back-to-back hooks. Does he stay with that slider? 81, 82 down and away.
If you follow the pattern that he's had against left-handed hitters, yes. And he also tell you that's his best pitch.
Breaking ball on left-handed batters, and the 0-2 got him swinging. 3 straight sliders, and Reddick is gone. Thompson a 1-2-3 7th inning. Time to stretch at Target Field. Twins lead by 1, 6-5 on your home for Twins baseball. with Dan Glenn and Corey Provis from Target Field. Twins trying to take 3 of 4 from the A's, have a 1-run lead, 6-5 as the Twins bat in the bottom half of the 7th. Torrey Hunter, Trevor Plouffe, and Kenny Vargas due up. Still Fernando Rodriguez on the mound, and the righty comes set. And the fastball in at 93 and the inside edge 0-1. Torrey today 0 for 3. Enters play with a 7-game hitting streak. Average at 255 as he bats here in the 7th. And the 0-1 swing and a miss. 91 that one. From the A's right-hander, 0-2, and Rodriguez hopefully can bring some energy and some production. This A's bullpen that has been a struggle from day one this season. On the first base side, the 0-2 breaking ball, tap foul. As I mentioned, in the top half of the inning, these two teams will meet again in July, and by that point, the A's, their roster could look vastly different. Some guys that are out now could be back. Doolittle one. Who knows about Zobrist? Eric O'Flaherty, left-handed reliever. He's on the DL. And the 0-2 sent foul as Rodriguez went inside. That one near the press box to our right. White Sox have tied things up at home, 1-1 with the Tigers. 5th inning in Chicago. And the 0-2 inside, ball 1. The scoring recap today began in the 2nd. A's batting. Back-to-back sac fly RBIs from Muncy and Fegley. 2-0 Oakland. Twins, though, scored 3 in their half of the 2nd. RBIs from Robinson and Rosario. And a throwing error by Laurie allowed 3 to score. The 1-2. Hunter strikes out. 92. Fastball, so 3 strikeouts now for Rodriguez, who worked a 1-2-3-6. Hunter now 0 for 4. 1 out, and here was Trevor Plouffe. So 3-2 after 2, but the A's then scored 2 in the 3rd. Billy Butler 2-out run scoring single, followed by an Ike Davis RBI double. The A's regained the lead, but then the Twins scored again in the 4th unearned run. This time a fielding error by Eric Sogard at short kept the inning alive, and Eddie Rosario knocked in another run. And Suzuki from second base that tied the game at 4. As Plouffe takes a strike. It's 4-4 through 4. Twins scored 2 in the 5th. And a 2-run single from Eduardo Escobar. 6-4. A's got a run in the 6th on an Ike Davis home run out to right center, and that's how we got to this point. 6-5 in the 7th. Trevor's been out once, a walk and a run scored, officially 0 for 2. And the 1-1 swing and a miss. 94. That fastball from Rodriguez, 1-2. Mark Hanna indeed remains in the game in left field. He hit for Fold in the top half of the 7th. Righty against righty, and the 1-2 breaking ball, tap foul. Now, before I forget, I want to send best wishes to the game's better broadcasters. Get well wishes to Ken Korak, who has not worked yet this season. Long-time A's radio man recovering from a knee injury. All the best to the great Ken Korak here in his recovery. And the 1-2 down low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hopefully we will see Ken Korak in July. Also an author, Ken Korak released a book on late Bill King. Vargas on deck, and the 2-2 sent foul. It's down a few feet from us and to the right. And we'll do it again, 2-2. Still a rain delay holding up the Indians and Royals at Kauffman Stadium. We'll see the Indians in Cleveland tomorrow night. Rodriguez and the 2-2 outside, got by the catcher Fegley. So full count. Blaine Boyer warming in the bullpen for the Twins, and with Casey Fien out, that seems to be the recipe. And Boyer kind of inheriting that 8th inning spot with Fien out. And Perkins good to go if needed here today. And the 3-2 lifted foul. This one near the press box, one section up. And ricochets off some hands and some railings and back down to level one.
Corey, you were talking about Ken Korak and the author, and he wrote that book about Bill King. He was one of my favorites as a young kid growing up in the Bay Area, big Raider guy, and of course the Oakland Athletics, and believe he did the Warriors games.
Everything.
I used to, when I had an inning off, when I first started doing this, I'd go sit in the back of the A's broadcast booth.
A swing and a drive hit well to right center field. Reddick back, turns at the wall. That ball's going to be high off the wall. Plouffe to second base. He is in standing with a long double. Boy, it sounded good, looked good off the crack of the bat, and Plouffe a double high off the fence in right center. Twins will love to add on to a one-run lead here in the seventh. He's in scoring position now for Kenny Vargas.
Yeah, they're going to have some guys opportunity here, guys swinging the hot bat, and Vargas and Escobar. You look at Kenny's at bats here today. He's got one hit, scored a run, but also the 2 walks. And the A's recognize that. They're going to go out and send their pitching coach, Kurt Young, out there. And just kind of a reminder with that base open. Then you got Escobar due up next. But Escobar, 5 RBIs yesterday, a couple today. Pick your poison.
Trevor Plouffe, a few feet really shy of a home run out to right center. Doesn't do that too often. His home runs, he pulls to left center field, but that one didn't miss by too much, clearing that high fence in right center.
Now, we've seen some right-handed hitters in this ballpark go the other way and make this park look small. But we're talking about some special guys in Cabrera and Bautista with Toronto.
So one down. Here's Kenny Vargas batting. Twins lead 6-5. Plouffe at second base. Just one out. And the pitch to Big Kenny's in for a strike call. But getting back to Bill King, and we find out, late in the season about who the Hall of Fame candidates will be for the Ford C. Frick Award, and I'm always amazed that Bill King is not in baseball's Hall of Fame.
I agree. He is just one of the best. Great voice, all the sports.
And the 0-1 is tapped foul. Got Kenny's foot in the batter's box. Now it's 0-2.
But he had always wear jeans and cowboy boots, and when you get to the radio booth and at the Metrodome, he had that big scorecard, that big, it must have been 5 inches thick, a yellow book that he would have and keep scoring. He'd take his boots off and sit there with his bare feet and stand up.
0-2 on Vargas. Twins by 1. Rodriguez from the stretch. Plouffe a good lead off second. And the pitch, breaking ball. Vargas strikes out swinging. Good curve in the dirt, and Vargas chased it. It's now 4 strikeouts for Rodriguez, and it's up to Escobar. He's been red hot in this series. 2 more RBIs today. He's knocked in 7 runs the last 2 days. He came up in this spot back in the 5th with 2 outs, or 1 out then rather. He pulled a 2-run single out to right field back in the 5th. Rodriguez off the first base side. Fegley sets up away. And the pitch is a fastball high, ball 1. You have a base open. You have Suzuki on deck. See if he will challenge Escobar here. Righty against left, or does he work around him? Put a man out at first base. And then face Suzuki from the right side. Ball and no strikes to Escobar. And he steps out and takes a strike call. So he learned a bit more about the strategy there. He went after him. 1 ball, 1 strike. A's do keep their bullpen active. Boyer will be on the mound for the Twins in the 8th. Plouffe a good lead at second base, and the 1-1 curveball popped up foul, playable off third. Over is Muncy outside the coach's box. He'll pull it down to end the inning. Twins don't score, get a double, leave 1 through 7. Tight one late here at Target Field. Twins 6, A's 5. On your home in Twins baseball. Astros. Mayo Clinic Sports Medicine is changing your game. Call today to make your appointment at Mayo Clinic Square in Minneapolis. Blaine Boyer's on. He has 9 straight scoreless appearances. Right now in the 8th inning, Twins 6, A's 5. It'll be Butler, Davis, and Laurie due up. Batters 4, 5, and 6. As Boyer comes set, the bearded Boyer from the third base side. Leg kick and deals home a fastball inside corner. 94, strike called. 0-1. Other changes. Jordan Schaefer now checks in center. And that will shift Shane Robinson over from center to left. So Eduardo Escobar is done for the day. Still Eddie Rosario in right field. Now Boyer's 0-1. Swing and a miss by him. Back-to-back fastballs 0-2. What's been different about Boyer, Danny, since the opening week of the season?
The big thing that comes out in my mind is his command of his pitches. He's able to locate and get ahead. And his breaking ball also has really kind of come around where he can locate it.
There's the ball high over his cap. And the 0-2 outside. Suzuki snagging that one, 95. So the velocity going up pitch after pitch.
And that's also, I think, also that the velocity for Boyer has kind of increased a little bit. But also the confidence that he is pitching in now, knowing that he is that 8th inning guy to hand it off to Perkins.
A ball and 2 strikes on Butler. Suzuki set up on the outside edge. And here it comes. Got him swinging. Slider. So Butler is gone. And there is out number 1. Now, if you look over some career numbers on Boyer, he's been good against righties, but lefties is where he has struggled. But really the opposite so far this year. Righties hitting around 370 against him, 375, but lefties really a meager 150. Butler strikes out. Twins by 1. Bases empty. Ike Davis yet to be retired today. Walk, a double, a home run. He's knocked in 2 and scored twice. Roof playing off the line at third. And with 1 out, curveball down and inside. 73 on that hook. 1-0. And the Twins keep the bullpen busy themselves. Both Glenn Perkins and Brian Dunsing. Warming for Oakland, righty Evan Scribner. And a 1-0 fastball with a grunt behind it. Strike called at the knees. Mentioned some of the infield positioning right now. Also Kenny Vargas still in the game at first base defensively, playing well behind the bag, but maybe 1 long stride just off the line. In the 8th inning, 1 out. And the 1-1 curveball pulled, just fouled on the first base side. Exactly why Vargas playing near that line. Take that extra base hit away if you can. 1-run game here, late. Overcast from the get-go. There's really 3 innings, maybe even 4 innings. We saw some rain at times. It was heavy, but the game has not been delayed. Lights have been on from the beginning. And the 1-2 ground ball past the mound towards short. Santana charges in front of the bag at second. Good glove and good throw. And Davis is on number 2. Looking ahead now, we do it with U.S. Bank. First game of a 3-game series in the beginning of a 6-game, 7-day road trip. We will come to you tomorrow night from downtown Cleveland. Twins and the Indians, 5:30 pregame for a 6:10 start. Mike Pelfrey on the mound tomorrow night for the Twins. He'll be opposed by Trevor Bauer, who's 2-0. When you're looking ahead at buying a house, college, or retirement, think U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank, the official bank of the Twins and proud sponsor of the U.S. Bank home run porch. 2 down. Here's Laurie. And a curveball dances in for a strike called. 0-1. We should tell you that Dan Gladden will not be on the upcoming road trip, taking some time off. So Chris Atterbury will be alongside for the next 6 games. Now Boyer's 0-1. Bouncing ball right side, pass to diving Dozier in the hole. Into right field it goes. And Laurie with a 2-out single, his second hit today. Now 2 out of 4. Good series for Laurie, 7 hits in all. And this 8th inning continues now for the catcher Max Muncy. Let's see what the Twins will do with the lefty Muncy announced. And Molitor, he's making a slow walk out to the bullpen. He's got Dunsey, he's got Perkins, and now it looks like it's just Perkins in the bullpen. So the Twins will summon their closer here in the 8th inning. So Boyer will leave, Perkins coming in, and Muncy due up when we come back. We'll see if the A's counter that move in this 8th inning. Twins 6, Oakland 5. Laurie at first, 2 outs. 8th inning continues, but first a scoreboard update from Chris next on your home for Twins baseball. Let go today by the Red Sox. So Boston making that decision earlier today. We'll see if that sparks a better play out of Boston and some changes with their entire pitching staff. We'll find out here in the near future. Now Glenn Perkins, Twins closer, is coming in the 8th inning here. Twins lead by 1, 6-5. Perkins has been perfect in save situations this year. So far, he's 9 for 9. Has yet to pick up a save when he's gone more than an inning this year. But this is something where the Twins have said they would go this season. As he checks on the runner, Laurie at first base. Now pinch hitting for Muncy. This is Marcus Semien. So Semien is batting, sets up the lefty-righty matchup here. Twins by 1. Laurie leads at first, about a 3-step lead. Doesn't go. 2 outs, and Perkins misses high, ball 1. But we saw the Twins attempt to do something similar. Casey Fiend was still healthy. Go back to mid-April in Kansas City. It was a tight ball game. Molitor brought in Fiend early, brought in Perkins early. And the 1-0 is high and nope. Got the inside corner, let her high. And now it's even 1 ball, 1 strike. Point being that this may be the game right now. Who knows how the 9th inning will shape up. Perkins is rested, ready to pitch here today, and why not? Let him work here in the 8th inning with 2 outs. And the 1-1 sent foul. And the fastball at 94 off the mesh, 1-2.
Well, Corey, I think the only difference here is that he's going to get this 3rd out and then have to go in and sit down in the dugout. And that's something I think you don't see a lot of closers do. They usually come in and they're just a 1-inning guy.
And the 1-2 swing and a miss. He got him on the slider. Semien is gone, and so are the A's. Oakland doesn't score, gets a hit, leaves 1. 7.5 complete. Twins lead by 1, 6-5. And from Target Field, this is Twins baseball. Changes for the A's defensively. Marcus Semien stays in, takes over at short. Brett Laurie now moves from second to third. And Eric Sogard goes from short to second. So it's now Laurie at third, Semien at short, Sogard at second, still Davis at first base. New pitcher is right-hander Evan Scribner, one of the few reliable arms that Bob Melvin's had from day one this season. Scribner's been really good. 14th appearance, ERA in the low ones. He's given up only 2 runs. 15 1/3 of an inning so far this year. Twins lead 6-5. It'll be Suzuki, Robinson, and then Rosario due up. And Perkins coming in, striking out Marcus Semien. Got 4 pitches. And now he will do what you just alluded to, Danny, kind of sit and hopefully. Well, the Twins would love to put 5 more on the board here, but if this is a quick inning, maybe that then would work out to Perkins' favor. As a fastball is a thigh-high strike called on Suzuki, 0-1. Scribner, 4-seam fastball, slider, curve. His 4-seamer low to mid-90s. Suzuki's been on twice. The 0-1 ground ball, the hole at short to his right. Semien, clean backhand pick. His throw is in time to get him. Good play by Semien. A guy that we saw while with the White Sox really play more third base, and that was because of Alexi Ramirez, a solid shortstop. Semien, a guy that the A's thought they were getting a good player when they traded Jeff Samardzija to Chicago, and Semien up until today played every single inning at short.
He's a good defender, like you said, when he was Chicago. Really wasn't going to get much playing time, and shortstop's probably is more of his natural position.
So 1 down. And here is Robinson. Shane has reached twice. No official hit, though. He's 0 for 3. Fielder's choice. RBI back in the second. Then reached at a fielding area. Eric Sogard in the 4th inning bounced out to the mound in the 5th. And Shane here in the 8th inning looks at a strike called 0-1. Due up for the A's in the 9th inning. Fegley, Sogard, and Burns, but some options on the bench include Stephen Vogt, and you may say, well, why would he be an option? It's a lefty on lefty matchup, but keep in mind Vogt nearly homered off Perkins on Monday night, laced one high off the wall in right center, so we could see Vogt come into play even though a lefty will be on the mound in the 9th inning. 1-1. Robinson showed bunt, pulled it back, and he had a chance. The infield playing back. He pulled that bunt attempt back, and now it's 1-2. So Coco Crisp is on the bench as well, and the 1-2 swung on tap fair on the ground off the first base line. The pitcher there, and a quick flip just in time to get Robinson. Well, the A's almost too casual with that play. The pitcher Scribner came off the mound, picked it up, and somewhat jogged towards first before waiting for Davis to get there. Then underhand feed and just got Robinson by a step, and that nearly was too close.
Yeah, when he flipped him the ball, he kind of flipped him a changeup.
Robinson hustling the usual all the way 90 feet. Out by a step, 2 down. Eddie Rosario, game 2 of his big league career. Not bad. 2 more RBIs as he grounds one past the mound right side to his right. Sogard backhand pick, and he throws him out to end the inning. So Scribner a 7-pitch 8th, and Perkins back out of the 9th inning. 8-9-1 due up. Twins lead 6-5 on your home for Twins baseball. numbers. Perkins would let. He's hitting like 090. Track the Twins all season long. MLB.TV Premium is the #1 live streaming sports service, and now celebrating 13 magnificent years. Watch every out-of-market game live or on demand in true HD as Fegley swings and pops it up playable. On the infield right side, Kenny Vargas off the bag at first. He calls and catches one out. Yeah, but every out-of-market game live or on demand in true HD and over 400 mobile and connected devices. Real-time highlights, live look-ins, pitch tracking widget, and more every night, every device. Blackout and other restrictions do apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. So Fegley pops out to Vargas, 1 out, Twins 6, A's 5, 9th inning. Twins trying to cap off this 11-game homestand with 8 wins and get to 3 games over 500. Here is Chris batting. Hitting right-handed, takes down low, ball 1. Chris made his 2015 debut last night, had surgery on his right elbow in early April, was out until yesterday. The 1-0 ground ball left of short, Santana's there. Gloves it to his left, his throw is low, but dug out by Vargas, 2 outs. And now Burns due up, but he has been brought back, and sure enough, it will be Stephen Vogt hitting for Burns. And I thought we may see this matchup. Yes, the at-bat you saw on Monday night, but Danny, this may surprise some people. Perkins, left-handed pitcher, but lefties, left-handed batters doing significantly better against Perkins than righties this year.
I just think that, we talked when Perks was in Kansas City. And I think he's pretty much a 2-pitch pitcher, and that's what the scouting report says. Fastball, breaking ball.
There is Votes, and a slider. Had the plate miss low, ball 1. And that's the key pitch here because Perkins, he doesn't feel as comfortable throwing his slider to lefties. He'll use that as kind of an out pitch. He'll throw that to righties. Time and time again, the 1-0, and that's a knee-high strike at 92. It's even, 1 ball, 1 strike.
I think he's comfortable once he gets ahead of a hitter, left-handed hitter. He will throw that breaking ball. But sometimes with Suzuki, he had to go out and talk to him the other night. Hey, take something off the breaking ball. Don't throw it hard.
And the 1-1. Strike 2 with the Heat, 94. And Vogt having a great season so far, 7 home runs, but the A's are down to their final strike. Twins 1 strike away from taking 3 of 4. 6-5 here in the 9th inning. Bases empty, 2 outs. The leg kick, the 1-2, bouncing ball to third. Trevor's there, gloves it, sets, throws, ball game over. Twins take 3 of 4 from the A's and cap off a great homestand. 8-3 on this homestand. Now a season best, 3 games over 500. The Twins average roughly 6 runs per game on this homestand. Score 6 again today and knock off the A's by a score of 6-5. We'll come back and talk more about the win. Also hear from a selected Twins player, but first we check in downstairs. Here's Chris Atterbury.